Hey everyone, I'm Basanta from Smart Guide. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 different tips, simple tips, but that makes your life easy for Gmail on desktop. Some of the feature also applies on the mobile app, but I'll be focused on the desktop. So before starting, please subscribe and share my channel and click on the bell icon next to subscribe button so that you'll get notified of my future videos. So now let's start Gmail on the desktop. Here, first thing I'll be showing is reply to address. How to add reply to address in Gmail. You can get the email on the different address. For example, you may be responding to business user from your personal device or personal email, and you don't want to keep your business things on your personal email. In that case, you can utilize different address so that you can start using that different address for the business focus emails and let the customer know that your email is changing for the business. In that case, you just add this address to reply to address whenever someone emails you or you email to someone from your original address, and as soon as they reply, it will go to the new address, and then from there you can add reply as usual, and it will be on the everything handle on the new address. So this is really beneficial, especially if you want to separate things out for any reason, like sometimes you want to separate the personal things and then community related things, sometimes business focused, as I said earlier. There are different things category inside the Gmail also, within the same Gmail also, but having different Gmail address is even more easier to handle if you have so many emails. So that's why reply and address matters. And how do we set that? Let's dive into. You need to go to the setting, hit the setting bar, the gear icon on the top right corner, and hit setting, go to accounts and imports, and from there you want send mail as section. In that section, you'll set any reply to address. So I have a couple of accounts already there, and if you edit info, then you'll see this pop-up, and from this pop-up you can apply the actual email address, which is my email address, that's this one and this guy. But if anyone reply, I want the email back on another address. This is the reply to address. So you can add as many as you want right from here. If you see here, I have 3 different emails. One is original email and 2 are other different emails. I can send them as any of 3 emails. I can show you that right now. If I compose, then I can select one of 3 email address, and when I set a reply to address from there, it makes like anybody replies, then it will go back to that email address, not this original email address. Again, I can set that here, and similarly you can change it to different reply to address. By default, it treat original email address as reply to, but you can change that by clicking on this one, and you can see the similar structure as before, and you can change that for the another email address as well. And here also it's coming to the same address like whatever was previous, but if I want to change it to some other, then I can do that. So that's about reply to address. Next is how do you check some others emails, like it might be yours, for example Yahoo or Hotmail, Outlook email, anything, any other email that is non-Gmail. How do you access that in the Gmail inbox? That's pretty simple. You'll be again going to this setting and then account and imports, and you'll be looking for check mail from others account. It's right below the send mail as section, the section I already discussed earlier, and there you'll add another address like Yahoo or Hotmail or any other email, and then it's pretty simple. Once you choose the account, it will navigate you to the corresponding login. Like if you're a Yahoo user, then it will pop up the Yahoo user and login, and then you have to provide the permission for the first time, and then you're all set. You can get all of your Yahoo email right in the Gmail. I don't ever open Yahoo mailbox. If anyone sends me email, then I get it on the Gmail. So that's second. Third one, inbox categories. So again, for this you need to go to the setting, and let me tell you what is inbox category. These are all different categories. You can set it to have only one primary and nothing else. You can have 2, 3, 4, 5, and these are the different options. Like forum is kind of community related, updates are anything you were talking on the previously you're chatting about, and any updates on those conversations, and promotion is business related, some advertise and those kind of things, and social, it's again somehow similar to forum, but it's a kind of social networking related emails, and primary is main emails, anything other than those specified criteria. But if you don't set that up, everything will fall into primary. So how do you set that? Go back to setting and then hit inbox, this time not the account and import, and from here by default primary is checked in. You cannot even disable that, and all others are not checked in by default. So you can set these 4 different categories so that you can get different categories on the different sections, so it's easier to manipulate and manage your emails, incoming emails. It's easy when you have very less number of emails, but if you have tons of emails coming every day from different business advertisements, sometimes you sign up with some sites and they keep sending emails, you can unsubscribe if you don't really need, but sometimes you need it but it's still overwhelming. In that case you need to categorize, so that's what you can do with this option. Reading pane, this is again inside inbox settings. How do you set reading pane? You have, by default this is disabled. You have to enable this option right here, reading pane, enable reading pane, and no split means you won't be able to see reading pane differently. And you have 2 different options actually, below the inbox and right of the inbox. You can choose to have anything, but I prefer on the right side so that I can scroll through all the emails. Like on iPad, if you are using iPad or tablets, you see all the emails on the left hand side, the left bar, and then right hand side you can see all the different emails. Exactly same way you can use right of the inbox to view the similar setup here. So if you do below inbox, then it will be divided into 2, and then if you scroll through on the top bar, the email will appear on the bottom one. I can show you that one. How does it work? This is my email. Right now I'm setting it on the right of the email. I can change that right from here, vertical split or horizontal split. This is vertical split. Now horizontal split, if I click on some email, it will appear down the upper bar, so it doesn't show up every emails, but it depends on your flavor of what you actually want, but I like on the right side, so that's why I do vertical split. Last thing for this guide is multiple signature. How do you set multiple signatures so that you can easily import during the compose? So for that I can go back to setting and then general, and then all the way down until you see the signature section. You can add as many as you want. You can have per email basis, just like I said before, there are if there are 3 different email on the send mailage section, you can have separate for them, or you can have any other also, it doesn't matter. So right here I have for Gmail I have 1, for Yahoo I have 1, and other generic I have 1. I can default to a specific Gmail address, or I can choose to have dynamic signatures, or choose to have dynamic signatures while I compose. Let's say I have my signature here, and then I can choose that one or anything. Let's go back to compose to show you. This is compose button, and by default it chooses the account specific defaults, and if you want to change it ever, you can change it by these things. This is different, this is another account, this is another account, like that. And you can also access those setting if you ever forgot about the setting, where is the multiple signature setting. You can always go back from this compose and then this pen icon, pencil or pen icon, and then manage signature. It will take you to the same page here. That's all for today. Thank you for watching.